What's Gucci, everybody? It's AJ here again, and today I want to talk about, well, I guess in this video I want to talk about the true power of header files. Now, this video will be a continuation of the last tutorial, I believe part 38 of the C, so please watch that. You don't have to watch every single video, but I do encourage you to watch the last video because I talk about the simple header files, and in this video I'll be getting a little bit more complicated and explaining a little bit more things, and it will help if you've seen the last video. Okay, so now we get to go. I want to point out a few things. First of all, I have the main.c file and the header.h file that I had in the last video. But I also made another file called the methods.c video, where I will be defining some methods later in this video. And I also just took the time to include the header file as well. Now, what I'm going to show you guys is that I can define functions in other C files, but still use them in other C files by linking them with the headers. So let me show you. So in my header file, what I'm going to do here is I am going to define a method. So I'm just going to make a method header, as I like to call it. So let's make this a void print stuff, and yeah, and I'll make this void too, even though it doesn't need to be. It's just more implicit. And in this methods.c file, I'm going to define this void printf method. So void print stuff. Oh, not printf, print stuff. I'm sorry, I just wanted to look at it again. And let's just make it printf. This is a working header example. And put a semicolon there. And boom. And I formatted it. I guess I formatted and then changed it, but I like it better that way. So now I have a defined method. In this methods.c file, I also included the header file. And as you'll notice, all of these documents, this main.c, header.h, and methods.c, trying not to talk too fast, are all going to be linked together by this header.h file, which is really freaking cool. So what I'm going to show you here is, even though I have in the header file, I have a method defined in the header file, and I have the method defined in the methods.c file, I can still run the print stuff method in my main function over here. So let me show you print stuff, and hey, it's right there. And let's run this baby. But still note that even though I have multiple C files, it only still runs the main method. So I need to call everything from the main method. And I ran this. Let me drag this over here so I can show you guys and say this is a working header example. So as you can see, pretty awesome. I was able to run a method that I haven't even defined in my actual main.c file, which is awesome. And it's all linked by this header.h file. So what it sees is that it says, what is this print stuff method, is the main method asking, and it goes up to header.h and says, well, it's defined in the header.h file, and the header.h file links up with the methods.c file, and what it does is it looks for that and says, print stuff is defined there. That must be it. That must be where I can get that method. So it grabs the print stuff method and prints it out over here and uses that definition to run this. Now, for another side note, because I don't want to make another whole video about this, I want to include about one problem you may see in header files. Now, if you look on the internet, or look at other standard header files that are considered awesome or professional, you definitely will see a glaring difference between what I just showed you and what is actually very good to do, or very good practice. And that is a defined definition, another defined definition, or a different defined definition. So I've been showing you different things, and what I want to show you guys is I want you to add headings to your header file that allow you not to doubly include your header file in the same file. What I mean is that it is an error if you include the same header file twice in your file. So what I want to do here is I want to put a little pragma which defines when to include a header file. And what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you a new kind of keyword, and it's called hashtag if and diff, which is short for if not defined, and I have to give it a name. It's usually in all caps header, and then hashtag define header. And what's this saying is saying, if header is not defined in this file, define it. And what it's defining is all of this right here. And then at the end of this header file, I'm going to have a hashtag and if. And so how I like to think about it is it's kind of like an if statement with opening and closing brackets, except you're using hashtags. So the first statement, the if not defined, is your if statement. And then you have the define statement, which acts as your opening brace, which is saying, okay, define all of this stuff. And then the end if is acting as your closing brace. Sorry, I just wanted to format it. And so what that allows you to do is allows someone stupid or not be able to make a stupid mistake of including a header file twice. Or maybe a header file, because it's possible for a header file to include another header file, and then you include two header files, but you're actually including, but one header file already includes that header file. So in a way, you have included that header file. I hope that made sense. But anyway, if I run this again, it won't make any change to my code. As you can see, it's like that. This is still a working header example, and it's still going good. But I've now made it more practical because I don't allow for more problems to come up in the future. So yeah, in conclusion, how you can use headers and mains and methods in C is very good because I can define all my methods in this file. I have my main in a different C function, which allows me to use allow for more detail and allow for my code to be cleaner and not have one just make a C file. And this is how real C programming can work on a big scale, where you have multiple C files or hundreds of C files, and they're all working together, and they all can be helped to be linked together with one C file. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I don't know what I'll be doing next, but it's all Gucci, and have a great day. Also, sorry, I just forgot about this. I will post, I guess, exactly these examples on GitHub. So enjoy that and have a great day. I'll have the GitHub description in the comments below.